So, today is the day you're finally coming home from prison. You and your family must be excited. I'm sure you're asking yourself if everything will go back to normal. The truth is, you are going to have to adjust to life on the outside. You're going to deal with culture shock, depression, and anger. In addition, you will also have challenges with the social stigma and the collateral consequences that come with a criminal record. Depending on the length of your sentence, one of the greatest challenges you will face to re-entry may be culture shock. That disorienting feeling you get when you return after a long period of absence to your former culture. The longer you were in prison, the greater the culture shock you might experience. You will notice new technology, the rise of social media for communication, newer versions of cell phones or cell phones in general, and new language that has been introduced since you were last out of prison. You will need help to adjust to this new normal. You're going to ask a lot of questions, but please be patient and don't get upset if things get a little frustrating. You are going to have to ask for help from family and friends in order to make decisions on new cultural norms and life organization. Now, sometimes you might get feelings of depression. Well, that's alright. You might find it challenging to adjust to daily life because you have a criminal record. Finding a job and gaining financial stability would be one of the most frustrating things you'll experience. You need to always improve your mental health and happiness. Try and find what forms of therapy are available that can help you. Even though everything might seem overwhelming, try and start with one goal a day. Anytime you achieve one of your goals, try and give yourself a reward. You can reward yourself by eating a special meal or going on a long walk and celebrate the goal you achieve. The more goals you achieve, the happier and more confident you would become. Now, be careful though. Be careful about the negative thoughts in your mind. Try and rephrase those negative thoughts. Instead of saying, "Oh, I can't get a job, I'm a failure," why don't you say something like, "I haven't gotten a job yet. If I keep applying to jobs, I will eventually get one." Try and connect with people who think positively. If you're connecting with others who think positively, it will eventually change the way you see the world around you, And don't be ashamed to seek the help of a therapist or a professional. They have a lot of experience in helping others who have been in your situation. You have frustration for both you and your family and friends, which is expected at this stage of your relationship. You will definitely face frustration while you adjust to living in a home. Sometimes you'll feel vulnerable. You'll have to search for employment. Sometimes the way you'll be treated by others and also the culture shock will really surprise you and sometimes discourage you. Sometimes you will feel frustrated because of some of the experiences you had while you were in prison. Your loved ones might even say, "Oh, you're now a different person." Yes, these things will frustrate you. But please, don't give up. Anytime you're feeling frustrated, try and improve your feelings by communicating. Let your loved ones know why you feel the way you do and help them to understand your feelings a lot better. And try and be accountable for the way you express your feelings. Try not to make excuses for the way you express your feelings by saying, oh, well, I was in prison, that's why I did that. No. Take account of your actions. Be accountable for what you do and what you say. Well, probably while you were in prison, you might have been used to aggression and anger, but you were doing this as a method of protection. But these displays are not acceptable outside. So what do you need to do? You need to find a way to control your anger and channel it into something productive. So whenever you feel angry, just chill and take a step back and focus on slow breathing for 10 seconds. In, out, in, out. Then try to discuss and isolate the cause of your anger. What made me angry today? What did that guy do that made me angry? Just discuss it and get the main cause of the anger. Understand it and then control it. And lastly, try to understand what you hope to achieve with your anger. Probably you've been achieving your anger in the very wrong way. But why don't you try and achieve the goal of the anger in a more effective and controlled way, rather than lashing out on everyone? Keep your cool and try and get what you want while you remain cool and calm. Now, rejection is going to come in many forms during your first few months at home out of prison. Employers, former friends, and even some family may reject you due to the stigma they associate with incarceration. But you will need to learn how to accept rejection. Yes, I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, but you're going to learn how to accept it. And if anyone rejects you because you've been in prison, move on. Just move on. Continue to improve yourself and your circumstances. Don't forget, be easy on yourself. You're not a failure, you know. You must keep working. You must stay focused. And you must give yourself credit for the progress you've made. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, well done. I'm winning. I'm winning. Focus on the future, my man, my woman. You want to build yourself rather than let your past failures destroy you. Now, there's always going to be external pressure for you to conform to the group to gain acceptance, either for good or for bad. So in that case, look for family and friends that are encouraging. Family and friends that will improve you. Family and friends that will make you work hard. And take some time to connect with your God. Now, if you spend a lot of good time with people who are positive, you will find that you will want to do the same. In addition to that, try and resist negative influences. Be aware of them. Every now and then, call a loved one to your side and discuss your current restraints, your comfort levels, and what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong. Now, after discussing these constraints, stick to these restraints in all scenarios that you experience. You see, it is important for you to understand your own individual needs and goals before you go into more group settings. Now, you may have developed an addiction before or during your prison sentence. It does happen. but don't you ever give up. See, when you release from prison, you may not be the same person that you used to be. Your family members might say things like, oh, you've changed, and you're not the same man, you're not the same woman. Especially when it comes to addictions. Addictions are incredibly difficult for you to walk through on your own without support. So speak to loved ones for help. Don't be ashamed to say you need help with an addiction. Get the help from your loved ones. Get the emotional support, the love, the care, and the guidance you need. Many times you may need help, maybe from a licensed therapist or a doctor, someone who will provide a clear, researched back path to beating your addiction. You need a lot of love. You need a lot of support to guide you through the process of healing. I know you'll make it out of prison. So just enjoy the journey and all will be well. Stay safe.